Hey there, folks, it's Effing Controller, and I'm playing Space Station 13, and I'm kind of mid-round here. We're 7 minutes in, but I figured, you know, I should address you guys because I just noticed that I hit 2,500 subscribers, and I figured that Space Station 13 is a perfectly wonderful game for that because nothing ever goes wrong. I can freely roam around and do all kinds of fun, zany things. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to start by serenading you all with a nice, slow jam on the saxophone. Dig it. So, the reason, of course, I'm doing this, the reason I just farted at you, I guess, is that I've hit 2,500 subscribers, which is amazing. I'm enormously grateful for any support that I get, but reaching these nice round numbers is always a nice feeling because I like nice big round things like beach balls and dirigibles. So yeah, thank you guys very much. Thank you guys for subscribing and watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. But no, seriously, it's a, you know, we have the metrics that we have. We have subscribers, we have views, we have all this other stuff. They're all the very tangible things. Of course, I have supporters on Patreon, which is a very tangible thing, and it makes me feel all tangible inside when people support me on there. And they're some of my most ardent supporters, and I love them to death. Literally to death. I've loved them to death in some cases. Taking that a little bit too far. But all the support that I get is amazing, and I want to thank you guys. So this is my way of thanking you. I'm going to be fucking around on an asshole simulator. That's the best way I can think of to describe Space Station 13 to those of you who are unacquainted. Oh, the dog likes it. So, but we also have to talk some business beyond me thanking you, and again, thank you guys very much. Whether you subscribe, whether you just watch, whether you leave shitty comments about me not being hardcore enough in Silent Hunter 3 or whatever, I do appreciate the interactions. They generally are very fulfilling to me, and I laugh, and I smile, and I occasionally get gassy based on what I read, so it's nice. But we do need to talk some turkey, because the channel is at a bit of a crossroads, as a matter of fact. And it's not what you think, probably. I'm not quitting. I hope not, anyways. I don't see any reason for that to happen. But, let's wander around the station. Let's do a walk and talk. Excuse me. So, what's going on in my life? Well, if you support me on Patreon, I sent you a big, nasty love letter talking about what's happening. That is a monkey wearing a welding mask. I do not care for that. I'm going to continue on over here. See if I can find some actual equipment that will be useful to me. If you support me on Patreon, if you follow me on Twitter as well, and I think I might have possibly posted... I don't think I actually did. That's a lie. I didn't post anything on Facebook. I've neglected my Facebook. It's okay. I forgive myself. In any event, some of you may have heard that my housing situation has kind of, for lack of a better term, evaporated. Basically, oh no. No, get. Oh, Jesus Christ! They're making fun of me because I did a pretty noobish thing, but apparently if you fart on the Bible in this game, you die in an explosion of gore. Well, that's fine. I haven't played this game in a long time. That really derailed things, didn't it? Okay, anyways. I'll try to get it back together here, you guys. There's no coming back from that. Incidentally, I think I'm done. Whew. Oh my stars and garters. Anyways. I'll just float around as a ghost. I haven't played this game in probably... since like 2006 is the last time I played it with any kind of seriousness, and I haven't popped on since then. I've been watching some videos of people who are better at this game than me, whose videos I will link in the description to this video, but As you can see, there's a lesson for you, you aspiring Space Station 13 players out there. If you fart on the Bible, you will get fucking destroyed. Anyways, here we are in the arcade. Let's chat in the arcade for a moment. My housing situation. Basically, my landlord has decided to sell the apartment that I live in, which is a condo. So, a condo apartment, whatever. As a result, I have to be out by the 22nd of August. I think people are giving me props for... Oh, wait, no. They're not giving me any kind of props for my disgraceful demise. God, I keep getting distracted. This was probably not a good choice. Alright, I'll focus. I promise. Getting kicked out. No hard feelings. I know how it is. He's got to sell it. So I have to find a place to live. And we have, since this kind of evolved, we decided, let's think about buying a house. So we're thinking, and in fact, very seriously pursuing buying a house. We are working with a realtor and all that kind of good stuff, trying to figure out where I can effing live. So that's been occupying a fair amount of my time lately, so it's diminished my... what's going on here? It's diminished my ability to do Let's Plays and such. This doesn't look good. And it also may mean that coming up I will not have the ability to create Let's Plays, because I will be moving in with my mom. Yes, that is a true statement. I don't really have any other arrangements other than to live with my mom. If I were to move into an apartment, I mean, it's something I could theoretically do, but since I'm looking for a house, I don't want to get tied into a lease or something like that and have to break my lease. So, for adult reasons, I am moving in with my mom. Which, wait, that sounds really bad. Oh, no. Can we edit that out? I'm asking a non-existent editor to do this for me. Fuck. Okay, well, okay. Phrasing. For reasons that arise due to thoughtful considerations of the issue, I have decided to live with my mom. There's no way to make it sound good, honestly. I've really prided myself on not living with my mom for any, or my parents, period. I've never lived with my parents. No, I once I was out of the house at 18, I was out of the house pretty much, with a couple of brief exceptions that were brought about by emergency situations, kind of like this. So I guess in that regard, this is A-okay. I shouldn't feel bad. And indeed, there's nothing really wrong with living with your parents for a while. I know plenty of people who do it, and they have turned out to be fine, well-adjusted people. So with that in mind, I shouldn't have any kind of weird feelings about it, despite my strange phrasing of the nature of the issue. Things are fine. Jesus Christ. Just walking around to the med bay. Maybe somebody will haul my leftovers into here. Probably not. So I might end up moving in with her and just being a good house guest. I don't see myself making too many Let's Plays as a result of that, because it will be super crowded. We'll have all of our shit over there, and it just doesn't sound like a good idea. So, unfortunately, actually, I haven't been reading the chat. It looks like somebody is having a funeral. It's not me, though. Ironic that my name was Buddy Bloodfarts this round. Anyways, so that's unfortunately what's possibly going to happen. Unless I can find a house pretty quickly, which it's not likely. You can't close on a house super duper quickly and get moved in and everything. So I'm probably going to have a noticeable lull in my uploads. I might try to find a way of accommodating it, but it's really not going to be a high priority for me. I mostly just want to, hang out and not have to unpack my computer too much and turn this tiny sliver of bedroom that will be available to the computer into a Let's Playing den of iniquity. So there you go. That's the scoop there. I'll keep you guys apprised if something glorious happens and I end up finding a place that has a whole dungeon devoted to Let's Playing available to me, but that's unlikely. So there you go. That's what's happening in that regard. I do also want to talk a little bit about I want to talk about games that I'm thinking of playing, because I get a lot of questions about that, and it ties into another point that I want to bring up about how I think things on the channel are going, which I think I'll actually address first. I feel like, and I've felt like this before in general about the channel, I get too many things going at once for the amount of playthroughs that I do. It's not like I'm a super busy Let's Player. I'm not productive like other people out there. So as a result, if I have 3 Let's Plays going at a time, it's very slow going for all 3 of them. So I'd like to cut that down. What I'm planning on doing is, as I end the next couple of Let's Plays, and that's probably going to be, well, Myth is already halfway done, basically. Myth 2 is about halfway done. Florus is probably over halfway done. It obviously doesn't have a definite ending, and I don't really have an RP goal other than to install the Pretender to the Throne onto the throne. So maybe if I kill the Doge or something, you can't kill the Doge, but supplant him maybe in some way. That might be the way that we end the Let's Play, but that could be a ways out. I don't know. We'll see. But in any event, I think that we're pretty well through that Let's Play. Krondor is going to take me a bazillion years to finish. So, but in any event, as I finish those Let's Plays, what I'd like to do is kind of turn it down a notch. We're going to have like 2 Let's Plays going at one time, and maybe some occasional kind of, what would be the word? I can't remember what they're called. Just the little one-off videos. I mean, I call them effing around. Not really first look kind of things, because I don't really do new games too much. But just, you know, little first impressions, maybe. How about that? Does that work? I don't really care. That's what I'm going to settle on. So that's kind of how things will go after I move out of my mom's house. There's just no way to make that sound cool. After I move into my new place, how about that? I'll start kind of reshaping the channel. As far as what games I intend to play once that occurs, I'll probably have to keep going with Krondor, because I do really intend on finishing it, and I do really like it, so it will get finished, but it's probably going to be one of the 2 games that ends up being played as I finish Myth and then Florus. So probably what will happen, honestly, is Myth will end, and nothing will replace it. Then Florus will eventually end, and then something will replace it. Of those games, there's several games on the list that I'm thinking of replacing it with, including, I get asked this a lot, Silent Hunter 5. I've finally modded it to the point that it's acceptable to me. I don't really enjoy it as much as 3 or 4, but it's playable, and I want to give it a try. I've played through most of a single patrol, and I can deal with it. I can deal with it okay. Is that morphine? Oh, antitoxin. Well, that's nice. I haven't been on the bridge too much, so I don't know what kind of treats they have up here. I just assumed that they would have all kinds of drugs and shit, but apparently not. So, Silent Hunter 5 is a distinct possibility. Crusader Kings 2, I've been playing that with Freddy, who you might remember from my brief little thing that I did with him for the 2,000 subscriber special, which is a thing I need to talk about as well. But I've been playing it on my own free time, and I figured, well, why not do a Let's Play of it? You big silly ass. So that's a possibility as well. I've done Morrowind for some of my streams, and somebody took my saxophone. Those sons of bitches. Yep. Assholes. They're showering it. That's awkward. Just a saxophone in the shower. So Morrowind, I've patched it with the Morrowind overhaul, and it's gorgeous. It's wonderful, and I want to play through that too. So those are all 3 games I'm considering. Probably Silent Hunter 5 will be the next Let's Play, so to make that more concise for those of you who are interested. Probably one of those 2 other games will follow that. It just depends on how quickly I can get through Krondor. Again, it's just based on the fact that I can't get through... What a horrible sight that is. A big dumb, bloodied and stained with his own blood. Fucking poetry right here. Those are the 2 games that are strongest candidates for following Krondor, I guess. Does that make sense? I hope so. This is very much off the cuff. I wrote I kind of wrote crayon notes in my little black book, and I can barely read them. I don't know what's happening right now, actually. It's also hotter than... God, it's hotter than Satan's testicles in Portland lately. It doesn't get that hot, really, but compared to what everybody says about the rest of the country, they always say, oh, it's 135 degrees in Akron, Ohio today, and the humidity is 98.3%. So deal with it, you fucking Oregonians. I don't know. It feels really hot to me, and I don't care what your feelings are about where you live. You live in a shithole, probably. I don't fucking care. It sucks here. For me, in my largesse, in my basement where I do this, even it's warm, and I get pit stains, and my ass sweats. It's not fun. I don't need to, have you browbeat me with how fabulously, stupidly hot it is where you live. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It's fucking miserable here. I'm unhappy. I don't care about your unhappiness. So there you go. God, that was a diversion. So yeah, that's my plan. But really, when I was talking about those little one-off videos, I think that really I should be focusing on the 2,000 subscriber thing, because I've done just a fucked up, horrible job of adhering to that. So I want to apologize. I think I apologized to people about that before. I'm really sorry though. That kind of got out of hand. So I do need to rededicate myself to excellence in that regard, and I hope to do that again probably after I move into a new place. So there's that. Other than that, I don't think that there's too much news. Probably I'd like to celebrate moving into a new place with a stream, but we'll take that as it comes. I'm in some horrible dark corner of the station with some weird guy with a banana peel and a cream pie. Oh, it's the clown. The station clown is in his little fucked up hovel. Not really too much else I really want to say. Again, I do want to thank you guys, though, because, again, I feel like I've been kind of letting you guys down with regards to frequency of updates. I don't know, playing games that are of mutual interest. I ultimately will always play the games that I'm interested in, but I know that there are areas where we have an overlap, and I want to try to be attentive to that a little bit more, because I know that a lot of you have been looking forward to Silent Hunter 5, and now again that I've gotten it into a semi-playable state, I would like to share it with you. And what the fuck? Is this a banana bomb? What happened here? There's vomit all over the place and a harmonica. Can I examine these? Oh dear God. Have I crashed the game? The great and terrible Zoldorf has witnessed your fortunes. You shall soon obey the loathsome manuscript, but take heed, for the zesty ritual might reveal you. You must respect the Technicolor cult, or the abomination will surely harm your nocturnal rewards. Well, maybe I should call it a night and have myself a nocturnal... Oh, this is him here. He's usually right over there. Something bad happened in here. Well, and that's where I was unceremoniously exploded by farting on a Bible. So on that note, like I say, if you enjoy Space Station 13, I might play this a little bit more, but I'm by no means an expert, as my death demonstrated. But I might do an occasional video here and there just to dork around and have fun with you guys. So again, I'll be posting links to other channels that do this game and do it much better. But for now, if you guys have any questions about the channel, if you guys just want to, I don't know, talk about beer, we can talk about beer in the comments. That's fine. We can talk about techno-nationalism. That's a concept that's fascinating to me. Anything like that. Feel free to leave a comment. So with that, this has been Effing Controller, playing Space Station 13 and farting on a Bible and dying, and talking about the channel.